Hey everybody, Adam here, and back with our traditional Saturday vintage, and back with some Oath of Druids. So this is, I guess, the other version of the combo Oath list that's been floating around, compared to what I played the last time. So this version features Griselbrand and Sphinx of the Steelwind main, then does actually play Memory's Journey, or some sort of card to put cards back into your deck, which I will be grateful for because that was problematic last time. So also in the sideboard, two more Sarah's Emissaries to Oath up, another Griselbrand, and then a series of other kind of hateful cards, or anti-hate Nature's Claim for graveyard hate decks, or decks playing Grafdigger's Cage, Pithing Needle, and then Leyline of the Void, and Tabernacle for Dredge, also Soul Guide Lantern, Energy Flux for shops and things of that nature. So, beyond that, looks a lot like Combo Oath. We have all of your usual Oath cards: Tinker, Sphinx, Citadel, Vault Key, Urza Saga. Decks here to do a bunch of degenerate gross nonsense, and have a good time while we're at it. So, without any further ado, let's get this started and fire off some Combo Oath. I do appreciate everyone coming out to join me this afternoon. There are plenty of ways you could spend your Saturday afternoons. I appreciate that you choose to spend them with me. For anyone who does not follow me on social media, my usual Thursday stream was canceled this week. So what that means is that after this, there will be a brief pause, and then we will start playing some Vintage Cube. Who won the die roll? I mean, yeah? Gonna Ancestral an opponent's upkeep. Emerald, sure. Cavern on... Yup, human. Thalia, sure. Okay. Yeah. Get all my Moxes out there. Set up to just Oath next turn. That's unfortunate. I guess we have this Forbidden Orchard, so it doesn't particularly matter. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. Oh, wait, you only... Oh, yeah, non-creature, non-land. Yep. Goodbye, Oath. I'll miss you. I feel like opponents kind of priced into taking this Oath of Druids here. I don't think it's remotely close. I guess 1, 2, 3, 2. Yeah. Like, I don't think that's close. That's fine. You know I have this other thing. Okay. Tap this for green. Yield to Orchard. We Elk. I think we got a plus here. My other line there was Elk Thalia, let Oko go, then untap, tutor for Oath, cast Oath, pass. But I think that this Oko being in play is just better. That's an aspirant, yup. Where's it going? That's fine. I would have been more concerned with it going on Thalia, if I'm being honest. Two, four, five? Yeah, that's fine. Got bonus Oko, that's rad. Elk. Demonic Tutor. Oath of Druids. Oath of Druids. I don't expect that the opponent's going to have a meaningful way to take this Oath out of play right now. So now it's just a matter of what comes off of Oath. That's fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Me, Oko, me. Okay. All of this is fine. Now, opponent has to make the choice of what they do now. White. Gross. Cathar Commando. Sure. Okay. Could scroll for Tinker. That seems really slow. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I get to block one of these, go to 8. Yikes. Getting rough. Cast this Oko. Three mana. Big Thalia, sure. Okay. Oko. 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 Everything at Oko. There isn't a chance of me saving this. I guess I can take the token out of play just cause. It's free to do so. Alright. Oh, gross. Okay. So this is... gross. What are we scrolling for? Scroll doesn't get us anything that matters here? We're just dead? I guess, like, scroll for Brainstorm does something? That's our chance? Merchant Scroll. Brainstorm. Yep. Unfortunate. Yikes. Alright. So, I think I want these two Sarah's emissaries. I don't think the Sphinx is particularly good. I think Citadel's pretty bad. Maybe I do want Sphinx just for tinker reasons. I think Veil of Summer's bad. I think the Flusterstorms are bad. Claim is okay. Flux is okay. I'm gonna take this Griselbrand. I can needle their wastelands. I don't hate that. And I can take, like, a claim. The forces are pretty rough. I could also cut Narset here because it's not like they're gonna draw cards. It's an argument worth having. Cut Narset to get another claim in here. Does put my blue count a little low. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. My blue count's already a little low, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep this. Yep. So I have 2 Griselbrands in hand. I think I have to mulligan this. Keep this. Ship a Saga. Okay. Shut off their wastelands. Opponent's gonna show me Strip Mine, and I'm gonna get sad immediately. Yeah, so I will be very upset if opponent just randomly shows me that they have Strip Mine. But beyond that, I think I'm okay. It's not great. Lotus, sure. White. No? I know you're playing. The answer is no. I won't allow it. Cavern of Souls. Sure. Name human. This is where you show me you have a second one and I'm equally upset. Yup. Okay. Islands. No wire art, sure. That's fine. Take this. I think I'm gonna take my Mox Emerald here, funny enough. And then save this. That's the plan, Travis. That's the plan. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Step 1, remove this Containment Priest's text. Step 2, find Oath of Druids. But, yeah. Cool. You got it. That's fine. This is Priest clocking my Oko. Yep. Dece. Make an oath. Draw a card with Canopy, yep. I think opponent is green-white Lumi, Travis, but yeah, I can understand where when you're disassembling and reassembling commander decks that might require breaks in between. Green, white. Augur of Autumn. Yeah, that's fine. I don't particularly care about that. Strip, sure. Opponent trying to decide what they're doing with this strip mine. 1, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah. It's happening. Sure. This one. Yes, please. It's a Griseldad. I think I am interested in paying 7 to draw 7 here. I wouldn't hit a time lock. None of these cards are time lock, but many of them are good. Play Oko. What am I the most scared of here? Like, they're gonna bounce this Griselbrand almost assuredly. I think I'm just gonna make this into a thing. And then pass. It's not in my yard yet, which is good. Vault and Kiar. Yup. This is what I expected. Oath did flip 2 try. Okay. Okay. I'm very confused at why that was a thing. I'm very, very confused. Is my Lotus gone? No, my Lotus is still alive. Lotus will let me cast this idiot. The opponent's tapping the strip mine for mana, which feels good. Alright. So, the odds that I hit my Memories Journey in this next Oath trigger are pretty high. So I'm starting to think about what I want, and I think the answers are Vault, Key, and what? I guess I don't have to decide. I know I want Vault and Key. I want the ability to try to stitch that together. I guess I could shuffle another Oko. I wouldn't hate that. Ancestral is would be reasonable, other than the fact that my library will be very, very small. Unless my game plan is exactly to to try to fish for Vault Key. This attacks me. This attacks me. This attacks me. Sure. Like, what do I want to try to take off the table here? Probably Augur. I'll take 5 and go to 2. One and a white. Priest. Sure. Okay. No. I don't think I will use Oath of Druids ability, thanks. Alright. So what's the plan here? We out Containment Priest. We can Mystical for 2 mana. Nope, that doesn't work. Elk their Thalia. I can't pay too low. Oh, I have a land drop. I have a land drop. This is okay. This doesn't fetch anything. Orchard is going to give them a creature, which is unfortunate. 3. But I'm priced into Elking Thalia to do this. Okay. Orchard. Elk this Thalia. Mystical. Okay. No. I'm gonna look at your hand, I suppose. Top doesn't do anything. What are my options here now? I guess I can just play top. There's nothing... I can play top and blind draw? Wow, that feels bad. Mox. Mox doesn't get us anything? We're just dead? Gross. Alright, well, that was unfortunate. Oh. Yeah, opponent has their Caracas. Our first oath hits Griselbrand. I pay 7 to draw 7, looking for something busted and don't find it. Can't pay another 7. This is unfortunate. Had already flipped my Vault Key, did not flip my my Memories Journey. So, womp womp. We'll try again in round 2, which is right now. Alright. We lost the die roll this time. I mean, this seems pretty bad. We have this in hand that we don't particularly want. The only protection we have at all is Flusterstorm. This Yogwill isn't doing anything. We're gonna mulligan this. When we're given the opportunity to, that is. Hopefully everyone is having a great weekend so far. I appreciate that you have come out to join me. Again, if you do not follow me on social media, today's going to be a long one. Yeah? I'll keep that. Today's going to be a long one. I canceled / postponed my... Okay, gross. My normal Thursday stream. I don't care about that at all. Yeah? What are you gonna name? Canceled my normal Thursday stream as I wasn't feeling super well. Yeah, that's fine. Cast this. Play this. Nice deck. So today's stream is going to be a little long. I'm going to play this Vintage League. There will be a brief pause while I get everything adjusted, and then we will shift over to playing some Cube today. So, bonus content today. It'll be great, I promise. Yes. Okay. I mean, I accept. I will play Urza Saga. Okay. I will play Underground Sea. Okay. Yes. I will Ancestral. Well, opponent, now you have to actually play real cards. Okay. So opponent has made 6 mana, now they're trying to figure out how to spend it. It's fine, opponent, I'll wait. No. I would prefer you did not. That's fine. Gonna brainstorm here. I don't really want either of these. I wish for to use Oath of Druids ability. Griseldad seems okay. Wow, we flipped a lot of cards there. And still not the Memory's Journey. Sick, that's great. Looking good, looking good. We did flip Lotus. We did flip Time Walk. Glad I had that. Didn't even consciously count those. Vault is in there. He is not? He is not. Okay. Understood. Cast Yawgmoth's Will. Is that fine? Play Jet. Play Lotus. Oh, what else? I could Mystical here. Weird. Mystical. Cast Time Vault out of my graveyard. Cast Time Walk. Put... Nope, we can't put... Oh, Vamp. We Vamp here. For key... Going to cast Time Vaults. Pay 7 to draw 7. Play Mox. Play Manifold Key. Sick. Alright. Take my emissaries, Flux, Claims. Get Flusterstorm out of my deck. Get Veil of Summer out of my deck. Get Bolus of Citadel out of my deck. Could consider cutting Narset again. I also think the Yawgwill lines are worse now that they know what I'm doing. I also don't know that I can afford to cut the Yawgwill. I'll probably cut Griselbrand, honestly. Keep this as a Tinker target and an Oath target. Keep the 2 Sarah's emissaries and call it a day. That seems reasonable enough. I could look at cutting Misstep and Mystical to get these 2 needles. I think I want the blue count though. Like, I want to beat a Trinisphere or some garbage on turn 1. Or... Yeah, like, I think I like this well enough. Thorn is fine. Hang the Saga out there. Emerald, sure. Four mana. Nettle Cyst, sure. That seems fine. Yup. Alright. So at current, game plan is just jam Oath of Druids next turn. We'll take a little bit of damage. Try to put an emissary into play. Name creature. Opponent loses the game. Ravager's fine. Sphere is fine. I'm still able to cast my Oath. No, I'm not able to cast my Oath. I need to draw a land. That's not a land. So, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna test our odds here. That ain't it, Chief. Gross. We might just be dead. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If opponent plays like one artifact, we're dead. I'm dead anyway, right? Well, no. Hell, yeah, because of Ravager. I'm dead because of Ravager. Yeah. I'm gonna lose this game to this Thorn because I didn't mulligan to something that interacted quicker. I needed to be able to stop that Thorn. Yeah. Alright. I don't think it really changes. I think that we just need to be fast. We need to be fast or have force of will for the thing. Yeah, it was close. If that top draw was a land, I think we were okay. Unfortunately, top draw, not a land. I guess I needed specifically Emissary off of Oath, but our odds of specifically Emissary off of Oath were good. Easy mull. Keep. Chip. Got it. So we're fine to 1 Thorn effect. They just can't have 2. I will fire off this misstep with pretty reckless abandon. Like this misstep is not great. And if they play something that misstep will interact with, I will probably just do so. Like that. Ravager's fine. I will play Key, and I'll tinker away Key. I would like to have the mana long term. Next turn, if I'm allowed, I'll just jam Flux. Like, right now I can pay for all my stuff with Flux, they cannot. Strip, sure. Okay. That's fine. That's a Stonequill Serpent, yup. Okay, so you can make that a 6/6. Sure. Good luck, have fun, opponent. Opponent incapable of paying for any of their stuff. Sick. Like, I will easy... Okay. Nope. Yep. Yep. Ancient Tomb, sure. This really smells like opponent has Dismember. Opponent is taking a long time to think about whether or not they want to attack with this Spirit Token, which makes me think that they're thinking about if the Spirit Token deals 1 damage, then they Dismember me. That said, that doesn't pan out. This has First Strike. Opponent not particularly getting anywhere with this Saga right now either, which is good for me. If they make with Saga, then their Ancient Tomb is tied up into paying. And they don't make a second one. And this can tutor for something, but... I have faith that Ancestral will hit a land of some kind. Bonus points if it hits land plus Wasteland. Or land plus Needle for Wasteland, rather. Also pretty down for land plus Oath. 5 mana. 6 mana. Ballista on 3. Sure. I will pay for my Sphinx. I will not pay for the Soul Ring. Gas. Ancestral me. Okay, well, we didn't hit a land, which is about as bad as it gets. That's pretty unfortunate, if I'm being honest. I need another mana source to do basically anything at all. Opponent deciding whether or not they're paying for this Walking Ballista. Like, if you pay an attack, like, I will easy money just take the 6 life. That's 1 to me. Yup, okay. 1 to me, yup. Got it. Obviously choosing not to pay. Float with Saga. What are we getting now? Okay. So, like, the scariest thing opponent can find out, this is, like, Cage. Because all I want to do is put a Sarah's Emissary into play and, like, shut off their stuff. So I want to find an Oath. Two. Would prefer you didn't. Obviously cannot. Opponent paying 2 mana for their Mox. This one, this one, this one. Do I care if Top's in my yard? No. I kind of want all these lands. Okay. Seems great. I don't want the journey, so I will fetch here. I want green because my outs include Oath of Druids. No. Oh, gross. Okay. Turn that off now. If this Spirit Token's the thing that beats me to death, I'm gonna be pretty upset, not gonna lie to you. Opponent being, like, actively conscious now that this card is all they have to pay for stuff. That isn't it either. Good, great. This is all they have to pay for stuff with Flux right now. And if they tap this too many times, they just die. Just need Oath of Druids. Draw me land into Oath of Druids. Or Oath of Druids into land. You know, I'm not really picky. I have turns, it's fine. Okay, so there's the Oath. Just need a mana source now. Okay. Not a mana source. Promise.
Give me a long neck bottle of beer so I can drink. It's been a long, hard day. I can hardly think. I got unwrapped gifts and burned out lights, and the stockings are empty, and I'm fighting with the wife. So give me a long neck bottle of beer so I can drink.
Yeah. That's absolutely fine.
I just spent 2 hours in a Walmart parking lot. I got jacked from the spot about 18 times. I got the glowing appetizers from the state.
Ballista on 4. Sure.
I said, oh, it's Christmas time. You can bet your ass you're gonna be the last person in line.
I will cast this Oath of Druids. Now, opponent can get out from underneath this. Like, this is, by no stretch of the imagination, like, safe for me. Opponent can just blow up the spirit token, deal 3 damage to me. And free themselves from this oath.
It's Christmas time. You can bet your ass you're gonna be the last person in line.
Also notable here, I did not have another fetchable green source. It's important for this claim. Okay. Okay. Sack Vault before it processes the trigger to damage you, sure. I understand where this is going. Yes. Oh, you're just paying for Emerald? That's weird, but okay. Okay. Yup. I have been wastelanded. Nettle Cyst, sure. Cage, yup. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't want to do that, no. Gross. I wonder if I jammed that energy flux too soon. I feel like I put that into play when it was detrimental to my opponent, but I think that it was equally detrimental to me, and I think that that was what cost me that game. My thought was just to clear out their serpent. Just get that out of my way. And then, oh, of course Ancestral will find me the mana I need. And it didn't, which was unfortunate. Fair enough, I suppose. Opponent also found a large number of remove your mana from play effects, which was unfortunate for me. Ooh, not off to a great start. But I think this is very doable. I think, like, Aggro Shops strangely has a lot of play versus Oath. I think that we got a little unlucky versus the green-white Lumi. Like, yes, they have Containment Priest main, and that's, like, fine. Or have access to Containment Priest, at least. But I still think that's fine and doable. I think we drew a little poorly. An opponent drew and played very well. Have to see how this shapes up here in round 3. Again, a reminder, if you don't follow me on social media, this is going to be a long one today. We're going to go from this brief break into some Vintage Cube. So, even if we don't do so hot here, that's okay. We got some Vintage Cube ahead of us, and life will be grand. Again, hopefully everyone is enjoying their weekend so far. I know I am particularly grateful that today is Saturday. So, I partially picked this list today because I was curious about how I would feel about this over something like the Hullbreaker Horror list that I played last time, or the more traditional Oath list. And so far I'm not sure. I do feel like your mana base is more vulnerable here, which Oath of Druids is not a particularly stable mana base to begin with, because you want to play all 4 copies, or at least 3 copies of Forbidden Orchard. So I think that is slightly problematic. And by adding Urza Saga, you just, like, take up other slots. I think Saga is a nice backup plan. And I think Saga being able to find Key, Top, Lotus, whatever, is always good. But, yeah. That was the other unfortunate circumstances. Like, I haven't really seen Saga doing a whole lot yet. Those first 2 matches, it just kept getting wastelanded. Which is, of course, correct. But also, it doesn't really speak to the power of Saga on the list if you never really see what it does. So, it could be that my viewpoint is slightly biased based on the outcomes I have seen. Not arbitrary fact. But it does feel like it really makes your mana base a little more vulnerable. Alright. So going forward too, I will be looking at rearranging my streaming schedule a little bit. Thinking that in the future, I will lock in the Tuesday and Thursday streams. But Saturday will be more of a potential bonus slot. I just have some things that I would like to start doing and taking care of on the weekends. And my time starts to get a little tight. So I'm thinking that going forward, Tuesdays and Thursdays will be 100%. If there is a Saturday stream, it will be a little more of a kind of bonus extra deal, not so much a guaranteed. And in that circumstance, follow me on Twitter, because I will always tweet out when I'm going to go live, usually a couple hours in advance. I mean, that's terrible. I guess? Journey? Done? Opponents on chops, we just kind of lose. Opponent not on chops. Awesome. Sure. Sick. Off to a hot start. Opponent flipped a Misty. Okay. That's not particularly atrocious. Sick. Cast this. Cast this. Cast this. Play this. Green. Yield to Forbidden Orchard. Cast Oath of Druids. Play Divining Top. Say go. Preordain, sure. Mox, yep. Land, sure. Fetch, yes. You can have an orchard. That seems fine. Okay. Yes. Always yield. Yes, please. I have the Sphinx. Dees. Why? Alright. Spin. Sure. I would pre it. We cool with that? Oh, opponent is a Luris deck. I missed that. That is relevant information. Play this. Spin this. Yogg-Will, Pearl, Land, Time Walk? I like that. This. Draw? Yes, we'll start with an attack here. Yogg-Will? Sick. Alright. Again, opponent is Swords to Plowshares deck. Means I like the Sphinx less. I like these emissaries. Opponent showed me their Luris deck, so I don't necessarily hate something like a Soul Guide Lantern. What else do I not necessarily need here? I guess maybe I like that, and maybe I don't like Griselbrand, because the opponent is also blue-red. Could also see cutting Citadel again. So maybe that's the move. Maybe we cut Citadel and the Vault Key package. His opponent is likely to have Dak Faden. Board in 2 Griselbrands and just be an Oath deck. I like that well enough. Yeah, I like that. Wow, this is like dicey. I can just jam a turn 1 Oath, but I have 0 protection. I'm actually gonna keep this. If opponent shows me like Null Rod, I'll be very upset. I'll just concede. Because I can't really beat it. You have a Ragavan. Jet. Mox. Opponent Big Brain. Put their Ragavan into play. Nice. I would have liked that a whole lot. That's a priest, okay. I will not trigger Oath of Druids. Shocking, right? Yeah, I knew this was the gamble. Now it's how many oath targets does this Ragavan hit before I remove this Containment Priest? Yeah. What? Seriously? Yeah, kind of needed that. I mean, it resolves. You know that. Turns out still not doing the thing. I mean, opponent knows what's in my hand. It doesn't particularly matter. Force Pitch Sprite Dragon. Okay, so opponent is like a hard tempo deck. So the longer this, like, that I play this deck, the more, like, having Oko as your out to, like, hate creatures feels bad. Okay. You just going for the kill? Feels reasonable. Opponent is getting low on resources, which I think is good for me. Take 6. Nice. Opponent flips Force. Yup. I will decline. Shocking, right? I mean, that one's decent. I should not have played that Saga. Should not have played that Saga. Mental misstep, sure. That's the last point they needed to make that lethal. Thinking about that now, I do think I'm going to board Sphinx back in. One showed me their hate is Priest. As such, my outs are Oko or Ignore It. Oh, I had Tinker still in my deck. What else? What can I cut? Cut Griselbrand? Huh. How important is this fighting the graveyard thing? I could just cut this Lantern. I think I'm gonna cut the Lantern. Actually. Citadel better? Citadel's probably better. as such, cut mystical. Yeah, don't hate that. Play first, yes please. Yeah, I mean, I'm in. Preordain, sure. I will cast Oath of Druids. That says, this feels like opponent has Blast, but I also feel like I'm just supposed to do it. Show it to me. Oh, they didn't. Sure. Okay. I think I'll take top here. Spin this top. Tarn, scroll, Oko. Play this. Cast Time Walk. Drop. Oko. Make a food. Three at Oko. Bolt. Fetch, sure. Luris, you got it. Okay. That is not what we were looking for. Spin this top. Flip this. Cast Oath. Get a 5. Put this here. I'd like to trade for the lures if I can. This on the table is bad. Sure. Sure won't. Opponent trying to decide how to attack. That's 2 at me, 2 at Oko. Sure. Gonna resolve. Okay. I would love to. I will name instant. It wasn't even that bad. I love it. Play this Narset. Take down. Yogwill? Sick. Alright, first one in the books. Yeah, Jeskai of any sort feels like it should be decent, I think. But, alright, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break real quick. Come right back, we'll finish this up, and then on to some Cube. See you in just a second. And we're back. Currently 1 and 2, yikes, playing Vintage Combo Oath. Gonna win our way out of this one. And then onward to some Cube. Yeah, I've definitely kept some hands I think that I probably shouldn't have. I also have questions about this sideboard plan. It does seem like with a lot of the cards you want to bring in and a lot of the cards you want to move around, a lot of times you end up with pretty low blue count for Force of Will. And I think that's why sometimes I'm less inclined to mulligan. Because if our blue count is only like 17 or something, I'm not super interested in mulling to Force if my chances of having a blue card aren't what I would like them to be. So, I don't know. Kind of rough. It's also weird because I feel like normally as an Oath deck, you could keep a hand without Force of Will, just play a couple basics, like under shops or whatever, and then eventually just resolve your Oath anyway, even through spheres. But now you have all of the fast mana, or a decent portion of the fast mana, and fewer basics. We've lost the die roll again. Yikes. Opponent currently double queuing Cube. It's ambitious, but I respect it. Oh, this is very close. I think if I had a Mox, I would keep this. Namol, though. I'm going to ship Veil of Summer here. This is where we get Shopsed again and I get sad. Oh. Unknown. Probably not Shops. Got it.
What's up, Hanford?
I'm gonna take Underground, play top. Tutor, sure. Opponent passes. Feels like they're setting up for Tinker. Which point I think I want to tutor myself. I think I'm going to grab a Force of Will here. Okay. I feel like I'm safe from Needle if opponent doesn't flip their top. Uh-oh. Okay. Sure. Gross. Huh. They draw with top, do the thing. I can't do anything about it? Yikes. Unfortunate. Okay. So opponent is blue Tinker. Or 8 cast? Could be 8 cast. As such. What am I don't hate Flux. That's my game plan here. Opponent doesn't even know what I'm doing. I mean, it's pretty reasonable that I'm Oath. They saw Bug Lands and Sensei's Divining Top. Alright. I'm hitting the Griselbrand. Gonna make 2 cuts. Could cut Yogwill. Could cut Mystical. Cut Mystical Yogwill. I don't hate that. Sure. Anything else I think that I need? Could play Claims. Don't know that Claims are necessarily great. It's an instant speed way to interact with their stuff, but I think a lot of the rest of my deck is better than that. I could cut the Tinker package. Cut 1, 2, 3. Or, I guess, or cut Sphinx, Time Vault, Key. I think I'm just gonna run it like this. Play first, sure. I will keep this. I can't pitch this Memories Journey. I guess I can, I just don't necessarily want to. What's the plan here? Can tutor for Lotus and just jam Oath on one. No, I think I want to tutor for anything else. I think I want to tutor for a land. Funny enough. Could also just tutor for second Force of Will and just like accept that I'll draw land, green producing land eventually. I think I want to guarantee it. I will just find a tropical island. You two have a saga. Top's fine. Emerald's fine. Spins top. Yeah. Flusterstorm, Narset, Citadel. Okay. I think I'm just gonna flux my opponent here. Sure. Okay. Pitches Narset. Okay. If I force back, they fluster. That's fine. Okay. Ponder. Lotus is a new card. So the last two cards in their hand are Citadel and Fluster. I guess Berry Oath. Oko Fluster? I don't necessarily need a second oath here. I think I want to bury this now. Well, it has other mocks, sure. I have to fluster this. They're gonna pay. What's your plan then? Lotus Saga go? Okay. Ponder, sure. The saga that I expected. Tinker. Into Time Vault, sure. I know they still have Flusterstorm specifically. Float, sure.
You know, the awful truth is, when we hear about those less fortunate than ourselves, and
Key, yep.
we can do, we simply move on.
I'm gonna make opponent show me a win condition. I'm actually gonna make opponent show me 2 win conditions. Yes. Or win condition plus Flusterstorm.
New research is blaming the echo chambers created by social media for the polarization
Yeah.
of the country.
Okay. You have no pressure. I have cards in hand.
CDC report suicide attempts rose 51% since 2020.
You've already spent both Yawgmoth's Will and Citadel. I mean, yeah, like, do your thing. Okay. Ancestral, sure. Because opponent had up their fluster now. Top is fine. Vamp. Yep. Yep, take an extra turn. Okay. That's a win condition that I can't really interact with. Okay. Understood. Oof. Yeah, that was bad. Probably should have boarded in the claims. Chose not to respect my blue count. And then opponent just vault keyed me. Big yikes. Alright, 1 and 3. Again, I will definitely admit that part of this comes down to, like, this is not a list I put together, and I understand exactly the mapping for. Like, I would have potentially boarded in claim there, but I wanted to respect my blue count because I think that being able to force my opponents to at least fight over important cards is a big part of the matchup, and I got myself in a position where if I cut stuff for claim, I was cutting the blue cards I felt like I needed to make Force of Will viable to fight over things. And maybe the line there was just to not, and just to cut the claims, or to cut and bring in claims, and just shift into being this, like, long grind, keep my flusters, keep my Veil of Summer, Narsets, and things like that, and just try to jam a bunch of haymakers at my opponent. Interesting. And then use my flusters and stuff like that when it's my turn to try to be the aggressor. My flusters and my Veil. Maybe it's possible that I'm still trying to play this too much like a control deck. The Oath that I'm used to was a control deck first that just sometimes dumped an Oath of Druids on the table and said, figure it out. I have 7 cards in hand, figure it out. And it's possible this just isn't that Oath of Druids anymore. And that's why I'm stitching together lines that don't pan out. Yeah, it's definitely weird. And maybe the next vintage stream I'll play some traditional Oath and see how that holds up. It does seem to be that everyone has shifted to this combo-centric Urza Saga, Vault Key, Griselbrand build. But it's possible that I'm playing this version of Oath incorrectly. So, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if my lines, first off, is traditional Oath even still viable, with the more controlling shell. And if it is, do the lines that work out in my head come together better versus in that list than they do in this list? Be worth checking out for sure. But anyway, we're going to play this one more here. I'll take a quick break, get us lined up for some vintage cube. And we'll see how we fare there. All right. It's weird that the queue times have seemed to get longer as we go on. It's always felt usually like if you're going to have long queue times, they usually start at the beginning and things kind of work themselves out, but it just seems to be getting worse as we go. But hopefully we can get this round 5 in the books, get ourselves at least a 2-3, and move on to play some cube. Again, thank you everyone for joining. I do appreciate you all choosing to spend your Saturday with me. For those of you who are joining the stream for the first time, hello, my name is Adam. I'm a member of Team Swish out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. I stream a couple of days a week here, usually playing Eternal formats, Pauper, Legacy, Vintage, things of that nature, and then some Cube or other specialty formats thrown in the mix. Currently we're playing some Vintage Oath of Druids, specifically the combo Oath build that has been popular recently. And we're not doing so hot. Not doing so hot. But again, I think part of that comes down to the Oath lists I'm used to playing are less, kind of less all in. There's a few more basics. You're a little slower. You're primarily a control deck. You have more interaction points. This is much more all in on jam Oath win game. Maybe that was where I messed up this last game too. Maybe when I tutored for Tropical Island, I was just supposed to tutor for Forbidden Orchard. Tutor for Forbidden Orchard, cast Forbidden Orchard, or cast Oath of Druids. Put my opponent to it. Just go, you figure it out. But instead I decided to play it a little safer because I wanted something around that wasn't going to benefit my opponent if my Oath of Druids didn't pan out. Oh. Round 5 versus Andy. Andy Markton, Montolio. Last seen a week ago on Hollowvine. Seems right. We once again lost the die roll, which is truly unfortunate. Alright. Gigantha. Keep. Shop. Workshop. Didn't really want to draw that one, but here we are. Revoker's fine. Name Lotus, sure. Spire, okay. Also, this makes perfect sense. Andy is kind of known for playing shops. Huh? Yup. You get to Ancestral, Andy. I hate it. That seems right. Alright, so... play Saga. Fetch Underground Sea. Cast Tutor. Get Oath of Druids. Say go. This misstep might be better than I thought. I mean, better than it would normally be, rather. Opponent is on Phyrexian Revoker plus Ancestral Recall. Okay. Mox chat. Saga of his own. Okay, there's a time walk. Another Revoker. What is this one name? Soul Ring, sure. Okay. This makes me feel like Andy is identifying us as either Outcome or the Blue Tinker deck. Which makes sense when I've shown Underground Sea Urza Saga. Intentionally masking my green source. The real question is, how blue is Andy's deck? Golos, okay. We getting Wasteland for Saga? Feels like... yes, okay, Strip Mine, sure. Okay. Play this. Oath of Druids. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Show me your Cage main? That would make me supremely sad. Okay. Golem. Tutor. So, yeah, Cage is the card we're scared of here. Relic. Okay. That's fine. Unfortunate, but fine. 2, 4, 5, 8. Go to 4. Another Golos, sure. Probably gets Caracas. At which point I need to not hit Griselbrand. Which of course we're gonna hit. Yikes. I just thought about the Sphinx being in my hand. This is unfortunate. Just another Saga, okay. Okay. Yes, please. We did hit the Memories Journey. That is what Andy was looking at. Did we hit Journey? So... Okay. I think we're just dead. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I guess we're not dead. I also think Andy knows we're not in a good spot. Okay. Yeah. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it just makes, and then we have to trade off our Griselbrand for nothing. Yikes. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Block here. Take 12. Nope, can't do that. I literally have to trade off this Griselbrand. At which point he just makes... Yup. Yeah, and he's not going to blink before we are, which means that we lose this game. He also knows that he doesn't have to. Alright. Okay, so... Claims... Flux... Gut Citadel... Kind of want to keep Misstep, strangely enough. I don't want to keep Flusters. This is probably fine. Do I want Tinker, though? I mean, puts this into play in a right hurry. Needle is fine. Not incredible, but fine. Cut Mystical? God. We're back to blue count issues. Like, cut Veil. It's like, do I want this other Griselbrand? Maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. My blue count's already pretty bad. If I'm going to... If I'm gonna cut... What am I cutting? It would have to be a non-blue card. Maybe Yogwill? Could cut Yogwill for a Griselbrand? Sure. Ugh. This is difficult. I will play first. Keep. This hand's very strange. If I draw any piece of fast mana off of this probe, I will just slam an Oath of Druids on one. Relic Sphere. Deal? I will play 2 copies of Oath of Druids. Deal? Sick. So we got the busted hand. That's good. Now what? I could cut claim for a blue card. Try to my blue count. I don't know that that's good. Everything else I don't necessarily like is blue. Like, Tinker's fine, but not great. Narset basically has 0 attacks. Scroll is very slow. Like, Misstep and Probe are of consequential value, but just barely. Cut Vamp for Mystical? That seems wrong. I am just gonna resubmit. Yikes. Yikes. I guess I will keep. I don't like the notion that I might have to pitch this journey. Yeah, that's fine. Lotus, sure. Yeah, that seems fair after last game. Okay. I can Ancestral now, trying to find more fast mana. I go to 5 cards, then to 8 cards. I would have to hit. I think I'm going to wait on it. I need a couple of turns to stitch everything together anyway. Ancestral me. Yep, name Pearl. Got it. Okay. Wild. Chromatic Lantern and Vintage, everybody. Relic, sure. Claim this. The Lotus that's shut off, we can bury that for sure. Take Orchard. Just have another green source on hand. Okay. Play Oath. Emery's fine. Wasteland, Lotus, Soul Ring, Wasteland. Alright. Lotus Vamp Saga. I guess. So hold up here. What we can do... Spin here. This. Draw with top. Vamp. Vamp into Emissary. Okay. Yes, please. Name creature. So now this is in play. Claim. Easy. Pretty sure Andy activates Emery for Cage here. And if he does that, end step, I just claim his Cage again. And then Oath. Shocking. I mean, like, this is what you do. This makes perfect sense. There's a Crocus, sure. Oh, we put Gigantha to hand, sure. Still had all these, Andy. Sorry, man. Alright. Oath again. Yes, please. Time walk. Alright. Well, it feels bad to bully Andy, but we'll take the 2-3. Get us some play points back, and now we'll get ready for some Vintage Cube. So everybody, I'm going to go offline real briefly here, get everything set up, rounded up, ready to go. We're going to change some stream titles, and then I will be back here in just a few minutes with some Vintage Cube. So stay tuned. See you soon, everybody.